Ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to you live on Sky Sports from the magnificent city of Cardiff! That's our first Cardiff semi-final in the Cazzo Premier League, all brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. And now, ladies and gentlemen, time to welcome back the players. Would you please welcome the winner of the UK Open and US Darts Masters, 7 PDC titles, the Nathan Aspinall! To welcome back the world number one, the winner of 22 PDC titles, the winner of the Grand Slam, and the reigning champion of the world. Let loose the bully boy, Michael Smith!
Semi-final number one on night 2 here in Cardiff. Well, Michael Smith, the world number 1 and world champion, started the night on 0 points. He's already on 2 here this evening. That is after a 6-3 quarter-final win over Johnny Clayton. Looked good actually, a ton average, 60% on his doubles. But if he looked good, then maybe Nathan Aspinall looked very good. A 105 average and 7 180s in a 6-3 quarter-final win over the 2-time world champ Peter Wright earlier on this evening. But the last meeting between these two was on a big stage. It was in the Grand Slam final. Michael Smith winning 16-5 then, and ultimately lifting his first major title. So how will this meeting go? To talk you through it, I'll hand you over to John Park and Dan Dawson.
Yeah, thanks, Emma. That big 105 average from Nathan Aspinall in his opening win tonight here in Cardiff. His 4th highest ever on TV. Now, Nathan has said over the last 12 months, as he's returned to form, gone to 2 major finals, forced his way back into the Premier League after missing out last year. He said that, I feel I'm playing well, but I don't feel I'm playing at my best. Those are 105, 106 averages when I was at my absolute peak. They've been missing. Well, all of a sudden, one has turned up on night 2 of the Premier League, and maybe that's an encouraging sign for the Asp. A man who always delivers in this tournament. It's only his 3rd appearance in it. He's made a final and a semi-final. But John Park, the man sat alongside me, just pointed out before we picked up the microphones, it's world champions everywhere you look for Nathan Aspinall tonight. It is not an easy assignment.
Not at all. You know, and as you mentioned, Nathan, he's sort of got a reputation lately of being a great player under pressure. And what we're saying by that is he's not being consistently performing like he did in the quarterfinal tonight. That was absolutely start to finish brilliant performance. And that's what he has to do to get back to the standard he wants to be at. That's what he means when he says, I'm not playing well. It doesn't mean, well, I can't get a win when I need it, but it's the quality of delivering the win he wants. He wants to obliterate people, not have to scrape and fight tooth and nail all the time.
Yeah, look, you take the win whenever you can, but if you're playing your best stuff or somewhere near it, 91. Then that makes those wins a little easier to grab.
You know, in some ways, you'd like to have the reputation of somebody who can dig and get all those tough wins, but then you think, well, why aren't they just saying I'm the best player, the best thrower?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that's the, so in one way it's good, another way it's bad.
Yeah, I want to win loads of stuff, and I like to be known for my gritty competitiveness, but it would be nice just to blast people off the board every now and again, and then not even get a look in.
Well, yeah, you want to be, anybody wants to be the sort of player that they say, when he's at his best, no one else will beat him.
Oh, lovely dart. Doesn't need to go for the bullseye. Yeah, so just sets it up.
Yeah, he's been very consistent with that. And setting up the 32.
120.
A 120 floor.
Nathan, you require 32.
Could have been a 180. One fell out.
That one's stuck in there as the Asp takes the opening leg.
Second leg, Nathan.
Repeats the Grand Slam final, of course. They made the World Grand Prix. That one went to Nathan. And went on to reach the final of that tournament, of course. Had a number of big meetings. Incredible World Championship semi-final a few years ago where Michael Smith won that. But that is another maximum for the Asp. He hit 7 against Peter Wright in just 9 legs of darts earlier. That is a sign that Nathan Aspinall is getting back to his best.
And a curious visit. A big opening here for Smith to punish. And he's straight at it. He's learned to do that as a world champ and a world number 1. Exploit every weakness you can find in your opponent.
Well, it took him a few legs to get into the groove against Johnny Clayton earlier on. But he was in that match, even though he wasn't playing his best. He was right there with the ferret. And then at the end, kind of ran away with it. How about this? Another there. Another there. 137 from the world number 1. Magnificent from the bully boy.
Third leg, Michael to the first. Game on.
Well, maybe it won't take quite as long to get into the groove in this one.
57.
Well, he really hasn't been given the option of taking time to get into the groove. But that said, Clayton played well. Clayton's really had it rough in this Premier League so far. He's played very well in both his matches, but he hasn't won one. Dimitri was red hot, couldn't miss a finish against him last week in Belfast, and this week, well, Smith just once he got going, he just couldn't keep up.
28.
It's an unforgiving tournament in which to play, isn't it, John, as you know well? Which makes it all the more impressive to see Nathan Aspinall's record. 2 years in this, finished 3rd on both occasions.
140.
Yeah, that really is some kind of statement about the quality of him as a dart player all around, and the quality he can throw, as we were talking about earlier. I mean, a little bit of shine's come off the overall quality, perhaps, but as he comes back from that injury at the beginning of last year, he's got back his grittiness, and now he's getting back his overall quality, and it's nowhere but up, it seems like, for him.
Well, he's constantly in that treble 20. Not with that last dart, granted, but he still bought himself a healthy lead against the darts in this 3rd leg. Could be a 3rd consecutive break of throw in this one.
56.
And that makes it much more likely.
91.
Well, he can go old school now for sure. Just treble 17 and tops.
Game from the 3rd leg.
15 dart to wrap up the break.
4th leg, Nathan to first. Game on.
At this point, Dan, the averages tell us that Nathan really is outplaying Michael Smith. It's only 3 legs, but about 15 ahead in averages.
Well, a spectacular 137 finish from Michael Smith.
43.
The only dart he's had at a double so far in this match is a 2 he hit at tops. It's 200% on his doubles. Unfortunately, he's not scoring well.
No, because normally those big outs will significantly help your overall average because it's a score and it gets the double taken care of.
But he did work his way into the game against Johnny Clayton. He may not get the opportunity, as you say, John, if Nathan Aspinall can maintain the standards we've seen from him so far this evening.
Well, yeah, you know, it kind of was a question in my mind after Nathan's first game, which was start to finish quality. Can he repeat another start to finish quality match? And he's done that so far.
Well, the standout nightly display we saw last year was going Cross. I don't think there's any question about that in Belfast, where he not only hit 2 9-darters, but he was averaging more than 105, 106 in every single game that he played. If we see anything like that over the course of this year's Premier League, it's going to take some beating as the best performance in a night.
Well, you know, I certainly think it's probable that there is that sort of performance, at least in terms of the averages. As far as your 2 9-darters, well, I wouldn't hold your breath. I'd be happy for one, really.
45.
Don't hold your breath on that. Could happen. Can Nathan Aspinall hold his throw and open up a little gap here? Not going to happen.
100. Like number 541.
Although he's been outplayed, this is for 2-2.
1.
And that is a terrible mistake to miss a break opportunity. There would have been 4 consecutive.
Having to shuffle over to the left. That looks all right as a guide. But he doesn't use it. Goes alongside it rather than underneath. It's a let-off for Michael Smith.
He just caught some of that other dart somewhere and got it in. It wasn't always going to hit. I think there was some good fortune there, Dan.
Yeah, I think Nathan Aspinall's face probably reflected that. In off the post.
96.
More like in off the corner flag. Again, looking for a second maximum. Delay as he picks up that third dart.
140.
Might have made a difference, we'll never know, but he continues to average around about a ton in this match.
100.
Yeah, now he's got a reasonable prospect. He's guaranteed 6 darts from 2-2-1, and that's for a break-up throw. And the way he is scoring, is likely to get an opportunity for double before Smith can.
131.
Did, of course, beat Gerwyn Price in Belfast last week before going out to the eventual winner, Chris Dobie, in the semis, Nathan Aspinall. Already got points on the board. And going to the 15s. And it looked a half-decent guide for the bullseye, just couldn't nestle in alongside it. Now, Michael Smith, it's a big one, but it's a good one. 2 darts in the 20s. There's one of them. There's the other, double 14. Magnificent! It's another stormer of a checkout from the world number 1. 137, 148. He leads in this match. He's needed both of them.
140.
Well, the last guy that Aspinall played tonight hit a lot of big out shots too, and it didn't do much for him in the end. Peter Wright, 156, a 133, and a 91 out. That was his low out. And he got 3 legs against Nathan.
Yeah, he's lost 6 legs so far tonight, Nathan Aspinall, and most of them have been massive combination finishes. He must be getting sick of the sight.
Yeah, really, we can look at that one leg where he missed double there a few times. This is his only true mistake of the evening.
Yeah, you're going to expect in the Premier League that the calibre of opponents you have, big shots are going to go. Just not more often than they don't. You can't put up with that. You can't deal with that.
47.
But then the Asp was very much the master of the 170 for quite some time. Can't master it on this occasion.
96. Nathan, you require 74.
Well, don't let him have a look at that 160. That'd be my advice.
That's pretty good advice. I'm pretty sure he's concurring.
Games from the sixth leg. Nathan Aspinall.
Wise move, Nathan. 3 apiece.
$140.
Well, it's not dissimilar, this, from the Johnny Clayton-Michael Smith game earlier on, where the first 5-6 legs, Smith's averaging low 90s. He's not found his scoring form. Lo and behold, by the end of it, he's averaging a ton and won the match. He went through the gears there. It looks like he's going to have to go through the gears here, and maybe a little bit more, because Nathan Aspinall is not relenting.
Well, I think he could put a strong case forward that Peter Wright played better against Nathan Aspinall than Smith has played thus far in this match. And that's with those 2 big outs. So now getting that point is towards Nathan Aspinall. He doesn't care. He doesn't care what you do against him.
Well, he had an honorary 9-darter against Peter Wright. 10 perfect darts, but one of them bounced out halfway through the sequence. And it looked like he was really, he fancies it in so many 180s tonight. He's at 9 already.
62.
He fancies it.
But he enjoyed it. He was just as focused after the bounce out or the drop out as he was in the first place, because he knew what he was doing.
Oh, lovely. What a magnificent setup shot that is. Keep your 180s. That's even better.
Well, we just mentioned that 10-dart leg as it was, and he's got a chance for one here.
You said don't hold your breath for 2 9-darters. Well, 2 10-darters ain't bad. Oh, it'll have to be 11 or 12. 11 will do, and Nathan Aspinall, having averaged more than 105 in his opening game tonight, is averaging more than 104 right now. That is a break of throw. He is in the box seat, and he is looking, from what we've seen so far tonight, like the man to beat.
Well, average-wise, he could be manufacturing that special night you were speaking of earlier. Like, is it possible?
140.
The savage lunge and a savage deflection denied him another maximum there.
60.
And Michael Smith's finding out something here, and he's been finding it out a little bit so far in 2023. It's hard to be the world champion. You get people playing against you.
Well, also the expectations are risen. Michael Smith's been an elite level player for a number of years now. But if Michael Smith threw a 90 average, it would kind of slip under the radar. Nothing slips under the radar when you're the world number 1 and world champion anymore.
No, and especially when everyone's got their double-A attention on you. Maybe not their double-A game, but they're like wide-eyed as they're playing because they know what you can do.
100.
Well, if anything, Nathan Aspinall is getting better.
134. Nathan,
Good visit from Smith to get to a finish. But all he can do is tap the asp on the shoulder. Can't produce the treble 13, double 16 that he threatened to produce in the previous leg over a couple of visits. But he does take a big old chunk out of that. 167 won't go, and Nathan Aspinall can establish a little bit of daylight in this game. And he'd have to say it's deserved daylight, because he's been the better player.
And he can work from there. Okay, well, it's a very important double 10.
30. Michael, you require 65.
3 darts missed. That's in the 18s. For 1 dart at tops. And he needed another one, Michael Smith. A massive chance. He's been second best all the way through this game, and yet it could have been 4 apiece.
Well, this is the second ropey, double nervy leg of the match, and this time it's Aspinall who gets it, so they've sort of traded that sort of finishing in the leg.
Well, that's the first leg where Michael Smith has missed darts for it, and Nathan's won. He's been taking most of his opportunities prior to that. And it means the Asp, he will have the darts to win the match in the next leg if He doesn't get it done here, and only 60 for the bully boy leaves him vulnerable.
That's a big if, because he doesn't strike me as a guy to wait for my throw to go for it.
100.
Well, it's just a free go, isn't it? Get it one here, great.
Yeah, it's in the air. He wants it.
45.
I think he's just trying to steady himself, a bit of drink of water and slow the pace down slightly. When you're seeing the target that well, you don't want to rush your action. You just want to let that flow come naturally and at pace.
140.
He does look focused. Looks good tonight, Nathan Aspinall. And it's another visit where he's picked up a couple of trebles. He has outscored Michael Smith so heavily in this game.
And that deflection in treble 5 leaves them both on 1-2-1. But it's Nathan first. He's hit, well, he went 20s this time around. I'm surprised almost he didn't go for the bull. But it's the bull to wrap it up.
96.
Match start missed by Nathan Aspinall. It is the same equation for the bully boy. The same route. Different result. Michael Smith clings on. He has survived a match start. And now he poses the question to Aspinall. Can you close it out on throw?
Yeah, Nathan's nodding. Fair enough. Good darts.
Well, a 1-3-7, a 1-4-8, a 1-2-1. Michael Smith has won 3 of his 4 legs with massive combination finishes, all under pressure.
140.
And he still might lose this game.
Well, it's sort of a bit of role reversal of what you might expect. We maybe would expect Nathan to have to be hitting those big outs to stay in it with Michael, but it's not. It's been the other way around. And it was the other way around when Nathan played Peter. He's been dominant. He's been the dominant player in both matches he's played tonight.
He has been hammering away at Fortress Bully Boy with a sledgehammer, and Michael Smith has hastily been putting up big wooden boards in the form of big combo finishers to try and keep him out. But his resistance might be broken here, because Aspinall continues to find 2 treble visits.
Well, the resilience of Michael Smith is the best new feature he's got. He can withstand these attacks a lot of the time. He's going to need luck, though, in this instance. 6 darts from here.
It's out of his hands. Nathan Aspinall with a big one of his own to win it with a 1-3-6. Aspinall reaches the final with another monstrous average. The world champion is beaten, and Nathan Aspinall, who always performs in the Premier League, is performing once again.
Yeah, absolutely superb stuff there, and that double 8 closed it out. And I think it was only fitting in his own mind. Like, I seen all these high outs. I want one. And don't leave the door open. Don't have to come back. He would have been able to come back. But I always say, get the job done. And that's probably how Nathan feels right now. He's happy he did it.